All right. Okay, so the magic in doing an image like this is two different things. The first is when you are photographing this, you have to take two images. Now, because it was the daytime and this light is fairly weak, I had to get this light super close to the beautiful model, Pam. So I took two photos. So I took one where the light was super close, and we had an assistant hold it. And I told her that I would be taking two photos. And I told Pam to stay as still as she could. So I took the first photo and immediately had the assistant pull back out of the frame. And then I immediately took this photo. Now you'll notice on her face here, everything looks the same except just a little bit on her face here. She just needed just a tiny, tiny pop of light on her face there. At least that's what I felt, because there was some shadow from her arm and stuff. So just that little pop of light is all that was needed. Okay, so you take the two photos, one with the light in it and one with the light out, all the same settings. Okay, so now what you'll want to do is you'll want to get your move tool and you will literally just click, drag this photo over to this window here and put it right on top. And then what you want to do is, you don't have to do this, but I do this. I just go ahead and align it right on top there. Now, if you were using a tripod, you would probably not have to align these layers at all, but I did not use a tripod, so there might be just a little bit of difference in the angle, or the um, just something might be slightly off. So, and as you can tell, like, oops, that doesn't show it. As you can tell, there is. This one is a little bit farther up than this one. So, what you'll want to do is over here in your layers palette, you will have this one selected, this top one. Now you'll press Control, or I believe on the Mac it's Command, and then you'll click this other layer here. So both these layers are selected. Now you'll go up to Edit here, and you will want to click Auto Align Layers. Now I just let Photoshop do its thing, so I keep it in auto. Press OK, and it will be working here, and it'll align the layers. So, as you can see, the layers are pretty aligned. She moved just a little bit, but we're going to be working on this top layer, this layer here. So what you want to do is you'll want to add an layer mask by clicking this here, and the layer mask is white. So to be able to show through the underneath, you'll need to get your paintbrush, and it'll need to be on black, the opposite color of this. Okay, and then you'll have your opacity at 100%, and what you will start doing is you will just start painting, or some people say erasing, over the light. I could use a bigger paintbrush actually. I don't want to use too big because I don't want to get over too close to the model. And you'll just paint away the assistant. Now, if you do get too close to the model, you'll see what happens right there. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. You can see that what happened there is I did that. So all you have to do is switch back to white, and paint her hand back in if you accidentally go too far. See now how close it is I went a little too far again, so I want to take that out. Okay, so everything should be good there. I don't see any remnants of that. So now what you want to do is you'll need to crop it, or you can actually clone, heal, content aware fill in this area if you're have any familiarity with that stuff. But it's just easy enough for me to crop it because I don't need that area. So I'm just going to crop to there. Crop a little bit here. Make sure there's no background. And now on this side, I'm noticing that there's this black thing here. And it's kind of bringing my eye to it. There's so much stuff going on in this photo that I'm going to try to take out as much distraction as I can. So I'm just going to crop that black thing right out of there. Okay, so that should look good. And there you go. Now you can do your normal retouching on the image. For this image, I actually cloned some of the grass from this area over to this area because this is really white here and my eye will lead to that, and I don't want my eye to lead to that. I want it to lead to her and her curves there. So I just clone that with some grass in there. And a few other things that I did do to the final image is just some basic things that I always do. She was such a sport, and she modeled 2 days in a row for us, so she didn't really get much sleep. And so I did retouch her eyes a little bit for her. I also poofed her hair just a tiny bit more. And then as you can see in this area, her dress is cutting into her chest right there. So I just fixed that a little bit with a little bit of liquify. So I brought it out this way. So it didn't look like it was pulling into her chest. Did some just minor fixes. I pulled in her ribs just a little bit because of the way that she was posed. It really brought those ribs out. Now I don't like to fix too much stuff on the body just because our bodies are our bodies and she looks great. So, but I do fix things that may be a little bit off because of the way they're posed or something like that. So I did do that, and I just did my special treatments on it, and there you go. So if you ever need to get a photo where the light is very close in there and you don't want to do a ton of clone stamping and content aware fill and healing and stuff like that, just take 2 pictures, one with the light in and one with the light out. All right, there you go. That's how you auto align the layers and get that photo to look great. All right, hope that helped. Bye-bye.